ask you, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? Well, I want to be a snowmobiler, and you know, they laugh. That isn't even a job, kid. I'm just a dude who likes riding. I just do it a little different. I want to be the best. I want to be the guy that works hard and beats the mountain every now and then. I am in this industry because I love it, and I'm a rider because I love it. I've been so fortunate to travel all over the world to ride my snowmobile. You know, my passion was always backcountry riding, but there just wasn't a market, there wasn't a sport of it, really. And, you know, to be able to create its own entity has been really cool. There are no backcountry contests. There are no, are you the best, or you got a gold medal in side hilling. The only person out there to push me is me. I think that's the coolest part about exposing people to my world of tree riding is that feeling of exploration that I feel out in the mountains, and that competition of you versus the mountain. I choose to take the hard line. It forces me to get out of my comfort zone and become a better rider.
Yeah, baby.
Well, it's funny how my passion for snowmobiling began. As a kid, I grew up down in Denver. I was a city kid. I got exposed to the mountains and snowmobiling, and it was all over then. I mean, I had the fever bad.
No-hander. Golly. How about that? Way to go, Chris. Gary, wait till you see that on film. That's going to be awesome.
My grandparents had a cabin up in northern Colorado, and then just getting exposed to snowmobiles at the age of 6. I was actually scared to ride them.
Right when I hit it, I let off the throttle and go like that.
I liked riding with my dad, but I didn't want to ride it by myself.
I wanted to keep on it.
I had to be like, probably 9 or 10 or something. And I was riding with Dad. He was letting me do the throttle. I was sitting in front of him and he was behind me, and Dad knew I was ready. It was so cool. We got to an intersection in the road, and my dad purposely rolled off of the snowmobile, and without me knowing, I just kept driving. And I look back and I say, Dad, which way should we go? Oh. And I had the biggest smile on my face, and I knew it from then on. It was, this is my time to go ride and be a part of this sport.
Oh, I got that too.
I was so addicted to it. That's all I thought about. You had your school binders back then, and I had my snowmobile magazine in there. And I really, truly was borderline, like, kind of scary addicted to them. And it's what I lived for. It was so neat that my parents, we didn't have a lot of money, and they were still able to do whatever they could to help feed that passion.
Well, they didn't ditch it that time.
When I was 15, 15, you're thinking, man, I can't wait to get my first car. I'm gonna work at 2 jobs and get my first car. They co-signed on my first loan for a snowmobile at 15, not a car. I think the sport of freestyle snowmobiling, I really got to give it up to the crew at Slednecks. Growing up being so hardcore about snowmobiling, I looked up to that whole crew. I wanted to be that guy. It was so funny how I became a Sledneck. I was in West Yellowstone doing a snowcross, but they had a freestyle competition where they basically had one jump. It was a snow ramp to snow landing. And so I was like, well, maybe I'll just jump really big, because I like to jump in. Everyone was wondering what I was doing, because they had kind of the berm where you'd come around and hit the deal, and I'm back here in friggin' Idaho and come in as and just the crowd looking up like, what in the world is this kid doing? And I missed the landing by 50 feet and just somehow stomped it out, hood flies off, and just and that's how I earned my name, Big Air Guy. Right after that, Jason Moriarty from Slednecks rolls up to me. He's like, you need to come with us tomorrow. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, and that's how the door opened. Talk about some gnarly stuff. Jumping houses and jumping these big gaps on just a piece of junk snowmobile.
Nose dive off the top. Oh shit! Dumbass!
Becoming a part of the Slednecks family, it really did dictate the direction I decided to go with the sport. I got this nickname to live up to, this Big Air Guy. Still having this tremendous passion for backcountry riding. Talk about pushing yourself and being uncomfortable. That's what the definition of being a Sledneck was back then. I'll never forget the house jump in Slednecks 4 it was just stupid. It was just gnarly. And I remember this jump, you could see the lip and the roof of the house. That's all you could see. And my buddy Garth Kaufman ended up not making it, snap, tib, fib, just craziness. And then here I am after they cart him off. Sledneck, could you hit it one more time? I'm like, I guess. After I just saw my buddy just yard sail, and when everything goes right, you're the hero. Why don't we have pop-up right here?
Out you.
Come on.
I love you, Dad. I'm so glad you're home.
What was really funny is, my son really loves Nitro Circus and Travis Pastrana and backflips and all this stuff. And I was like, Daddy used to do backflips too. And so pretty neat to show him the old 2007 X Games, and I think we've pretty much wore that DVD out.
He does loopsy-loops, and he won all of those trophies in the whole world.
You know, I had a good bag of tricks, was a smooth rider, but didn't have the backflip. Scared to death of it, honestly. That all changed when freestyle came to X Games, and I said, I'm winning this thing. And to win it, I had to go flip.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. What do you think?
It was the most mental thing that I've ever experienced. I mean, it's getting crunch time. X Games is coming, and it's time to get this deal done. And I remember saying, okay, this is the day, let's go do it. And I couldn't. I mean, I'd come around the corner, look at the ramp, and just like stop and, you know, just shaking my head like, I cannot do this. And one of the filmers, he was filming me that day, and he walks up to me and he goes, you know, I've seen a lot of guys come and sit exactly where you are that I was scared to death that they were gonna die trying to backflip. They didn't belong trying to backflip. And I just don't feel that today. I don't feel that with you. You got this. It was those words that I got on my sled and shook my head and said, okay, let's go do it. And came around and stuck my very first backflip and stuck it so perfect. And, you know, he's just like, I told you. It was right then, I knew I'm gonna go win X Games.
You can see they are pumped up here in Aspen. The Gladiators are getting set to enter the arena, and rumor has it, Sal, that it will take a 100-foot backflip to claim the one and only gold medal.
I think the coolest thing about X Games was no one knew that I had learned the backflip.
Heath Frisbee, the number 4 seed, has to go up against this guy, Chris Burandt, the number 1 seed from the qualifier.
It was basically me and Heath. And it was always me and Heath. It was his event to lose. And really, with me flipping, I felt I had a good chance, but he still had big tricks.
Over 100-foot gap. I'm a little bit frightened.
We're both a little bit frightened, but Heath Frisbee is going to show us how to do a no-handed backflip.
He has the biggest tricks in this sport.
When we got to the qualifier rounds, Heath laid down the best run of his life at the time. A flawless run, and I was just like, oh man, that was good. And I was like, wow, crap. Now I gotta go do it. All weekend, I'd been thinking, you know, again, you have that confidence. And so that big 100-foot step down that was pretty gnarly and on everybody's mind, I was like, you know, if I need to, I think I could flip that.
Can he do it? Can he get to the gold medal run? That is the question. So far looking very so far it looks pretty clean.
He's very clean, and he is very technical, and I think the judges look at that. Look at the big holy grab he does again over the 100-footer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the question. He lands here, makes the 180 after this jump, and he's gonna make the turn to the big kicker. Do we see it, Tass? The backflip over the 100-footer.
I land off the last one, make the turn to come down into the big one, and out loud, I say, all right, let's go flip it. And those were my exact words. And I come in slow and just burp, 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 burp. And it's so funny, like, you know, talking to my friends afterwards, and even my parents knew. They're like, oh no. They knew, like, when I started going in slow that it was about to go down.
Seems slow.
Cheers on his competitor. How can you do anything but? The closest thing to a local boy hailing from Colorado brings home the gold medal.
That was crazy. It was just a crazy moment.
Chris Burandt first ever snowmobile freestyle gold medalist.
And so, you know, I mean, that's what it took and what I needed to do, and I did it. I mean, everything's about family. And my progression from the freestyle world to Burandt's backcountry adventure was definitely wrapped around family.
Next to my bedroom window, and he snowmobiles up there. This one is Monster. I named it. I just wanted to show you one snowmobile I know. Little Boy Blue. Little Boy Blue. That's hard. The road. I know. Dad! Go, Daddy! Go, Dad! Go, Daddy! Go, Dad! Go, Dad! Go, Dad!
Hi, how are you? Did you have a good day?
Yes.
How'd you do in school?
I didn't do school.
Oh, you didn't have school today?
No.
Oh.
I'm in Washington for a giant airplane.
Oh, okay.
You know, I think that was the biggest thing that kids and family brought to me, is it just made me hungrier to be better.
You do?
Took my winnings from X Games and went totally all in and said, we're Burandt's Backcountry Adventure and we're taking people out riding. Does anyone want to come with us? And I was like, I hope this works. Had people that had shown interest in maybe coming to ride with me, and first year people came out and rode. Hi guys, first and foremost, welcome to Burandt's Backcountry Adventure. Today your guides are going to be showing you the key things that you need to have out in the backcountry. You got 2 days, okay? 2 days to get used to the sleds, get used to the snow, get used to 12,000 feet, and get used to some of this incredibly beautiful Colorado terrain.
Oh, hey, buddy.
So blessed and honored to have the opportunity to show people my world of backcountry riding, and I get to show people why I love it so much. I want them to feel like I feel on the mountain. You know, when people get to come ride with me here, they get a taste of it and they get to take it home with them and use it and practice it. It's been a crazy ride. Being able to have this influence on the industry, to have snowmobiles that are built after the riding style that I've come to love, and have signature Burandt trailers and bags and all of these Chris Burandt things. And I truly take pride in all of it because I want to be in this industry a long time, and I'm going to work hard at it. I know that each and every day I go ride, I'm going to get better. All I want to be remembered as was a dude who flat out ripped in the backcountry and just loved snowmobiling.
I expected to be a Sprint Cup racer. I want to be remembered more than just a championship race car driver. I want to be known as someone that's made a difference in people's lives.